During the course of making my PBN Guide Series, I've had more than a couple of people ask me just what are crawl levels. So people have seen me using a program called Domain Hunter Gatherer to find lots of expired domains. When I'm setting up a job to scrape a website to look for expired domains, I will be setting something called the crawl levels. And so this setting will tell the tool how deeply into a website to crawl, or whether to just check the list of domains that you've entered for availability. So I'm going to go over the settings and what the usual use cases are for the different settings. So if you want to just skip to the part where you want to know what values to use for whatever use case you're using, whether you're just checking availability or whether you're crawling deeply into a website or just checking the first page that you enter, you can skip to 6 minutes and 5 seconds in this video, and you'll see there the use cases, and that'll just skip the description here. So to explain just how the crawl levels work, it's kind of useful to understand how a website is structured from the eyes of Domain Hunter Gatherer. So what I've done is I've made a little diagram that we're going to show you, and I'll work through that and show you and describe what it's doing at the time. Then we'll talk about the different use cases for the different settings. You can think of a website as being made up of a structure of pages and links between the pages. The home page of a website can be seen as the first or the top level, and this will be your level 1. From the home page, you'll likely have a bunch of links to some static pages. Examples of these can be like privacy pages, contact us pages, or about us, things like that. Pages that don't really lead to any further content. So we think of these as like dead ends, but they're still on the next level down from the home page. And on this level, you may also have links that follow down into other pages deeper into the website. So they might be like a blog or a list of products, or it could be anything really. And then below that, these will be your level 2 pages. And then from there, some of these pages will link to other pages, and then the pages that are found linked from these pages will then consist of the next level, and so on. So these would be level 3, and the next level pages will be level 4, and so on. Now, the way websites are built is that these are often literally like a web that they go out and they link to other pages on the domain. So if we're using a crawl level of 0, that would just be domain availability checking. It won't do any crawling or any scraping of any website that you enter. It will simply check the availability of the domain that you enter. So if you were to enter the homepage of a website and set the crawl levels as 0, all it would do is check the availability of the domain that you enter. Now, if you have your crawl levels set as 1, it will still check the availability of the domain that you enter, but then it will also look all through the homepage to find other websites that it links to, and then it will check the availability of those domains. So that would be your level 1, is your entered page or your home page. Then if you set your crawl levels to 2, it will still check the availability of the domain that you entered or the web page, and then it will take the home page and check that there's any links to other domains, and then it will check the availability of those domains. And then for crawl level 2, it will go to the next set of pages that are linked from this, and then it will find links to other domains to try and find expired domains from those. So then that would be your next level, would be all of the pages that are linked from level 1. And then it will carry on and go so on. So for level 3, it would do the same. It would check the availability of the domain that you enter. It would scrape it looking for links to domains as well as pages on the website. Then it will scrape the pages looking for domains and other pages. And then it will go to the next one. So these pages would all be in your next level. So from here, this could be anything. So you could have a blog that links to categories and posts, and then from those pages you may have links to like individual categories and individual posts, and then you may find that a level splits off and then you've got repeated pages in one set of in one level that you'd already crawled in the previous level. So DHG will recognize this. It will know what pages it has crawled. It will know what domains it has checked for availability. So if it's already checked posts sounded very posh then. So in one level it's already checked the posts, post 1, 2, 3 and 4. So in the next level, when it finds these pages again, it will already know that it doesn't need to check post 1, 2, 3 or 4 because it's already done it in the previous level. So it's not rehashing work that it's already done previously. How do the pages and the levels in a website relate to the crawl settings in Domain Hunter Gatherer? Crawl level 0 is no scraping and no crawling. It's just availability checking of the domains that you enter. You can enter a list of pages and Domain Hunter Gatherer will just take the domain out of the web page address and it will check that for availability, but it's not going to load the page. It's not going to try and find any new domains. It will just check the ones that you've entered. Crawl levels 1 is it's going to look for domains on the pages that you've entered. So if you've got a list of pages that you've pulled from the search engine lists, search engine results page, then you will want to enter that and probably set it as crawl level 1, because then it will be finding domains that are linked from your high ranking pages in your niche. So this is really good for finding highly niche relevant domains with backlinks from very good, very targeted domains. So that's crawl level 1. Crawl level 2 is if you want to get domains from pages on the domains that you entered, but it doesn't need to be laser focused necessarily. So you don't mind doing a little bit of crawling into the website to find lots more pages. So this is, you could still be looking for niche domains, but it's going to be, but it is going to be bringing back a lot of domains that aren't quite as niche targeted, especially if you're using search engine results, because you don't really know what websites you're crawling. So you may be crawling a website that isn't that niche relevant. So the niche relevancy is probably slightly less, but it will pull in a lot more results. I wouldn't use 2 for crawling deeply into a website because it's only really going to go to the, it's only going to scratch the surface of the website. And now if you want to crawl the entirety of a website, you can just set the crawl levels to 10,000. So that will allow Domain Hunter Gatherer to crawl millions and millions of pages of a website, which in my mind is about as fully crawling a website as you can expect from, you know, basic computers without having a huge mainframe to really delve deeply. Because a site like Wikipedia, for instance, that's a website, it's a large website, we all know it, it's got millions of pages. You aren't likely to be crawling that in a reasonable time frame. And a lot of the pages will have changed by the time you've crawled the whole website anyway. So if you just want to crawl the whole of a website or to let DHG crawl it for as long as you can bear, then yeah, just set it to 10,000 and it will crawl the whole of the website. Now you can obviously stop a job at any time. You're not going to lose the domains from a job. You can just hit stop, and then the domains that it's found, you can just look through them and find the good ones. So if you have been crawling a website for a very long time, then you can just stop it and just have a look through the results. But as I mentioned earlier, Domain Hunter Gatherer, it's not going to re-crawl the pages that it's already found. So if it's crawled a page, it's not going to then go back to it and re-crawl it unless you start another job to crawl the page, crawl the website again. So that's crawl levels in a nutshell. If you're interested in expired domains, then you should definitely check out Domain Hunter Gatherer. In all of my videos, I'm using Domain Hunter Gatherer Pro as my demonstration, mainly because that also includes the stats from DOM Detailer, and it's a great value add, that is. Especially if you can get it on a discount, then it's definitely worth it. If you want to see Domain Hunter Gatherer in action, or if you just want to check out our PBN guide, you can obviously check out all the videos in my channel. Hit me with a subscribe, that would be great. We've got a lot more videos planned. The PBN Guide Series is going to continue. We've got another episode. I was hoping to get it out before Christmas, but we'll see. So cheers, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.